Hey vinyl community, Jeff back again with a dual purpose video, because not only is this one of my vinyl collection videos, but I'm doing it because I just got the final couple pieces of vinyl in for this band. So now it is my vinyl complete collection as far as the major studio releases that have been released by the band Warlord, which we're talking about. So a while back I had purchased 2 of the albums. Most everything that they've done has been reissued on High Roller Records and in deluxe editions, and they've done it a couple times. So they did it like in 2013 or so, and then they did it again in 2023 on some of these. And so I finally got around to having a few extra dollars and went ahead and bought from my the guy that I get High Roller Records from, Miami Metal Merchant, his site. I ordered him a couple months ago. You got to kind of be careful, not be careful, be aware, be patient, because he works sometimes out on the road for weeks at a time. So and you go into this totally aware, hopefully, that you purchase, and then he orders from High Roller Records overseas. So it's all special order for the most part. And then once they come in, he ships them. However, if he happens to be on the road working, then it could take a little while. So in this case, it did. These were ordered, I think, back when I was still in South Carolina. So this was before December, and then he said he was ordered them in December, but then he was on the road for most of January. So they just got mailed. They just came in. So anyway, we're talking Warlord. If you're not familiar with Warlord, 80s band. They appeared on Metal Massacre 3. They released this EP, Deliver Us. Mark S Zonder on drums, went on to do Fate's Warning and stuff like that. The band was always kind of shrouded in mystery because they used, names like The Destroyer and all of that. They had, they got Destroyer on guitars, Thunderchild on drums, Sentinel on keyboards, The Raven on bass, Damien King on vocals. Remember that name, Damien. So they, in that case, could swap out musicians and just keep the same name. So kind of an early thing there. And they were very epic power metal of the day. A little different than what we call power metal nowadays. But so this just was, like I say, recently reissued again. 1983. It is a single album, but it does come with a 7-inch, which includes the song Miss Victoria, which was the track on the Metal Massacre 3, as well as the Lucifer's Hammer, which is from this album. Yeah, it's one of the songs from this album. I haven't looked close enough to see, is it a different recording? Is it maybe a demo or something? They always tend to, throw in demos and stuff when High Roller does this. So they come with the photo, has an insert, and then most every one of these albums that High Roller does has a poster. And so it has a full 4-size fold out. I guess that'd be like 24 by 24 of the cover here, a poster in there. So I won't pull all that out, but great stuff, great packaging. Love all the extras that they do. Thrilled to have that album, have owned some form of that on CD or even album back in the day when it first came out. This is one of those bands I fell in love with immediately. Just loved the sound and everything. So then their second album was And the Cannons of Destruction Have Begun. And so you can see it looks almost like a live album. It is a studio album, but around the same time there was a VHS tape released by the same name. And it was the entire album with them playing it live. Apparently it was just them on stage playing along, to the songs. It wasn't live, but it was recorded, and so you can see there's all kinds of pictures here. And that was always neat back in the day to watch the album and to watch them play it. And it did come out later. This came out in 2003. They released it on DVD. So that was neat to get it digitally. Enhanced DVD with the bonus CD of this album, plus Miss Victoria, the bonus track from Metal Massacre. So it's basically this album in visual format and this album in this package called Book 1. I'm assuming there's never been a Book 2. So, but anyway, so Cannons of Destruction Have Begun. These are not gatefolds, but it is a double record set. This is the one I've shown before already. This one's on red. All the other ones that I bought that recently came in, it is double. No, this okay. This was a triple. what they've done with these is they'll do doubles and triples, and the ones that I've recently bought that came in this week were all doubles. But back when these were first released, like, you know, a handful of years ago by High Rollers, a lot of them were multiple discs, and they had, like, you know, your typical demo takes and things like that. They didn't really have bonuses. It was all rough mixes and things like that, which I could give or take. I don't really, you know, take them or leave them. Don't really need them. In this case, I bought the 3-album set. And I'm not going to try to read what all it is, but this, and again, so it comes with posters and all that stuff. But this is the first solid full album. The other one was more of an EP. Then the band was pretty much done. They had a best of album that came out, and then that was basically about it. Then the main guy behind the band, aside from Mark Zonder, it was mainly a two-man, him and Bill, the guitar player. It was mainly them. And, you know, they put a band around together after that. And so basically everything went silent. And then around 2002, we got Rising Out of the Ashes. Now, this is a different cover. They got Joachim, or however you pronounce his name, from Hammerfall to sing. And then it had Bill on guitars, and it had Mark on drums. And so in 2002, we had a resurrection of sorts of the Warlord sound. And this is one of the ones I just got in. Again, this is a single. It's on black. It has a poster. The poster got lyrics. No, I mean, not lyrics, but it's got the lyrics are inside. It's an opening. The poster is of the original cover. And then this is a new updated cover. And then this one also has a 7-inch, which has Lost and Lonely Days and Deliver Us from Evil, which are tracks from previous albums, re-recorded, I believe, with with him on vocals. So yeah, so in 2002 we got this little, resurrection of sorts, and then again, all goes silent until 10 years later in 2013, the Holy Empire, different band. It's got Bill, but it's got a different singer. And this one is, let's see, actually has their real names on here now. Mark is on drums, so it is still him and Bill. And this one also is a 3-disc edition. And it appears it's a color too. Clear, okay. Multiple colors of this release. They came out back in the day. And again, it's very much the same sound. It's got all kinds of, medieval, spiritual type lyrics, things along that line. So, so this was like the most recent album by them in 2013. And really, that's kind of all we have. They did do in 2013, at the same time they did a tour. That did come out on vinyl in 2015. I don't know if it came, I forget when it came out on CD, but pick that one up. It is a double record set. Let me see, it's live. This one is on black. Anyway, it's got live photos. So this came out on vinyl in 2015. And then I remember seeing this come out. It also came out around 2015. I'm not sure exactly when it was recorded. It seems like I read something about it back then. But they have The Hunt for Damien. Damien, of course, being the name of the singer from the first album, again, using the stage names. So these are songs, re-recorded songs from the previous 2 main albums, re-recorded with looking for a new vocalist. And they've got a guy on here, Nicholas, on vocals. So they're looking for a new frontman, Damien. Now, I'm not exactly sure where this fits in with the live album with Holy Empire. I assume it's later since it came out in 2015, but was it recorded earlier before they found the guy for Holy Empire? I haven't read that depth into it. Or did it come out maybe after Holy Empire? They changed singers again and they were looking for somebody new. But this is, as far as I know, the last release we have from Warlord. I have some other demo digital tracks that went around on the internet, but I think they're even previous to this. This was the last release. Then Bill, the main guitar player, he did in the 1990s, during that break in between, he did Lordian Guard. I have a couple CDs by Lordian Guard. He did Lordian Winds, which I still haven't figured out if that was in the 2000s, but was that just Lordian Guard reissued with a different name? Because the songs sound similar, but I haven't examined that. And that stuff was released on No Remorse Records out of Greece, but it's really hard to find now on vinyl for a decent price because that was like 2013 or so. There's a CD out there of the Lordian Wind stuff that has both releases, so I'm probably going to pick that up because vinyl is going to be hard. The Lordian Guard stuff, there was a High Roller Records release of Lordian Guard that looks like, again, I haven't compared song for song, looks like the first Lordian Guard album with some other bonus tracks and demos. Because there were two Lordian Guard albums, and I believe the second one may have been not totally finished, but the songs didn't look like that. I didn't compare them. But Bill did all that, and then unfortunately Bill passed away in 2021. Just 2 years ago in May, he passed away. So I assume he's the main thrust behind the band, has kept it alive, and that sound that he has and the guitar sound. And so that era is gone. So I wanted to definitely make sure while these were being reissued, High Roller Records has done a great job reissuing them. I wanted to be sure to make sure that I had these, because it's been a favorite band of mine for so long. And so I have digital copies of these since they came out. I have CDs of most everything. Great to now finally have them on vinyl. Glad that High Roller has reissued them more than once. All right, that's it for this one. If you haven't checked out Warlord, check them out. I mean, now they're gone, but they were a staple in my household back in the 80s because those first two albums just were always on my turntable. Great stuff, though. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back. Rock on and rock hard.